Good morning, good morning, good morning, my neighbors. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all had a great time this week. I know I've been out of commission for a little bit. If anyone knows, I do a lot of the. Actually, my camera's slightly off. Let me fix that. There we go. I do every major events for my transportation company, so I was a little wrapped up, but I am back home, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you have not followed me on YouTube or you haven't followed me on Instagram, that is JD underscore the great. Go ahead and do that now. The links are down below, as well as Twitter. Twitter is there, or X, or whatever the name is right now. And if you don't have a trading community and you want to learn how to trade, or you just don't want to trade by yourself, because trading can be a very lonely journey, I would suggest you go ahead and check us out over at cheatcode.com, right? And you could go ahead and join the community. I am one of the learning coaches over there, so come on. Come on down. That way you don't have to feel like you're trading by yourself. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it, my neighbors. All right. So here we are. Excuse me. Vegas was super cold, and it's been messing with me. Anyways, this is what's going on with the chart. This is what's been happening. Actually, I didn't even play my theme music. Let me get my theme music up on here. All right. I think this is a little loud. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. All right. So it looks like the market is starting to give that retracement that I've been talking about for months around December going into January. It looks like we're getting a nice little pullback in February. The dollar has been strengthening. You can kind of see that. Natural gas is falling. Oil is almost like consolidating when it's all said and done. And we got gold and silver. They can't really get out of its way. It's been consolidating as well as they're trying to break to get to those new highs as well. British pound. It's just been sideways. It's just real sideways when it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and get deep into the weeds. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and get with is the NASDAQ, right? So NASDAQ has been trying to find its way to continue to make these highs, consistently at growing these highs over and over. And we got these bullish order blocks that we're sitting on top of. So if any one of these fails, I won't be surprised that this thing starts to tank when it's all said and done. But I don't think it's over yet. I don't think it's over yet. I think they're still trying to decide, are they going to go ahead and take this step to all-time highs and get even higher. All-time high is 18.1 for this contract. So we're going to probably see a nice little test of that. But either way, we kind of form this downtrend. And remember what I said before. When it comes down to downtrends, all you need is 2 points. If this or anywhere around here we create a lower low, this should be a consistent move for us to go to the downside. What did I say a downtrend was? Let me go ahead and break this down real quick for any new folks that's out there. A downtrend is basically a point, we make a lower low. We can't make higher highs, so we make a lower high, and then we make a lower low right after. That is a downtrend. So since we can make 2 points, all we're missing is one that is on its way to be more low. Yeah, so looking at the NASDAQ and seeing where it needs to go or what's its plans, it looks like it wants to try to make its way downtown and continue this downtrend. Right? So, oh, and also, if you want to go ahead and ask any questions about tickers, go ahead and ask them inside of the chat. I am active inside the TradingView chat. So yeah, you can post it inside of there. All right, so that is the NASDAQ. I look at it downside. Actually, the weekly was another thing I wanted to point out. On the weekly, you could kind of see it looked like party just started to the downside. We've been here before where the weekly did that, but then we kind of got faked out, got it go, they used that momentum, took it over. I think we're starting to make what looks like a bearish divergence and probably make its way down as well. Let's see. So if you are thinking about taking this to the downside, wait for a little bit of retracement, because this impulsive move down that the weekly did last week, it might have been a little too aggressive and yet to take out these lows. So just be careful if you're going to try to take NASDAQ down on a long-term basis. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the next one. Next one is crude oil. We're looking at this on the daily. You can see crude oil is trying to hold its weight. Right? You can see crude oil on the 70 and showing masses of that in December. But as we were trying to get back down below there in the middle of January, it just got bounced right back up. February, they tried that as well. And it just seems like they do not want to see this thing fall. But if we kind of look at this in a very objective light, this is our extended leg right here. And then we got ourselves what looks like a bear flag here, right? The cheat code algorithm gave us some trend lines. You can kind of see it, but I'm going to point it out like this. So if this bear flag plays out, then we're talking about a measure move, which would be the measurement of the pole. As I say, it breaks out that $75. And actually, we don't take the whole entire measure move, right? Because we're very conscious of what's going on, right? So we won't always take a Fibonacci, snap it on this bad boy, put it there, and we're looking for 50% of the mark. 50% of the mark brings us over to this bullish order block that happened back in April of 2021. So I would say try to target no more than 61.24 if this bullish order block actually holds its way and continues to that downside. So just be conscious of that if you're going to go ahead and play this. Of course, the full measure move will bring us to $47, but are we really going to think that $50 a barrel of oil is going to happen in this economy? That would be a complete market crash. I don't think that's going to happen. But again, the market went ahead and made all-time highs, and I didn't think that was going to happen. So that said, anything can happen. Just make sure you chart it out properly, right? So that is crude oil. That's what I'm looking at, and the possibility that this will play out as such. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one is gold. Now, gold looks good. It really does, because I really thought when we didn't make our straight beeline attack. Where are we? Okay, there it is. Right? When we didn't make a straight beeline attack out to this 2150 level, 2152 level, I thought, okay, you know what, since we didn't make it, we're just going to fall, and the market is not letting it just fall. So right now, the way gold looks like it's building a nice little solid base of the $2,000 mark, and if it holds that level, I can see they take at least one shot at this, even if it makes a double top or not, but at the very least, we're probably going to get ourselves a nice little base that's built on this $2,000 mark, and if we break that $2,000 mark, we can start taking us some ways and start to attack here. But I think it was December, I was listing these. Just remember, it had to break this one, now, because what this one. So I would say, if anything, just target it out from 2060 to 2084, and then it needs to get past the psychological level of 2100. Other than that, it's not going to get to those levels. So don't just jump to the conclusion that this thing's going to ride up, especially if it starts to make higher highs and higher lows at the same time on some lower time frame. That is just going to continue to that direction. You have a lot of selling pressure, and that selling pressure is going to be this wick. And if you look at it close, Chico will let you know that this boost candle, which is basically a caution candle indicator, is letting us know that there's a potential trend reversal, which it is, and then that this is a caution candle letting you know that, hey, the party might be over. There is no room to take the upside, and it has. Right? So just be conscious as far as taking a trade. Making sure that it's holding your level. It's nice little point starting to put it on the 2,000 mark. It's going to be able to get to a mark. This is what happened last time. So I'm looking for this to kind of take a shot and maybe get to 20. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to silver. Silver is looking very similar to gold. Of course, that caution candle that's over here, very similar to the one that's on gold, is the one that's putting a lot of pressure on the selling pressure. So I put a downtrend line here and here, and I kind of toyed with the ideology of we're going to come back and test that block, and we did. It just didn't do it when I said it was going to do it, but if you actually took this play, you probably made a nice little bit of tickage, and you were able to make some money on this. But you can kind of see we had a nice little pull up, got back into the imbalance, and then we got pushed right back down. They picked up some new friends, and it looks like a very interesting double bottom. So with this double bottom, with a lower low double bottom at that, I'm looking for this to kind of hold its support and then continue to this upside, maybe even get to this top side. But if it does fail, we may start to get that weight on the commodities and start really taking out some imbalances down here. get silver under 21.14. So keep an eye on that. All right. Next one we got ourselves is the British pound. British pound has been very interesting when it's all said and done. I do like its its level. I like where it's held at, and you can kind of see that they're just holding this level. Nice little consolidation. Now the question is, and this is why I always say consolidation. I never say distribution. I never say accumulation. I say consolidation because the market's going to do what it wants to do. But based on this should be a distribution area because we did come up with a very strong rejection area here, and this could be our lower high in the process. But because we're making a wedge type of action with this price action here, it really does look like since we're pushed up here, our high low, this could be accumulation to go attack here. But at the same time, since this is a action, this could be your lower high, so that way we can continue to the downside. So be careful with what's going on here. We're talking about, let's see, how many days we've been consolidating here? Let's go ahead and grab other two. This one. So we've been inside of this box, which ranged about 2% for about 92 days or 61 trading days. Yeah. This just tells you that something's about to blow. Something's about to blow and you don't know exactly. You don't want to confuse them. Now, my range traders, there's good price action where you can kind of make a little bit of change and make some money, right? You can catch the top of this area, come back into the little short run, and then take it back up. You could kind of play it like that, but at the end of the day, I would not be looking for anything long-term on British pound, at least not right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the natural gas. Natural gas has been selling off. Now, I've told you as we get warmer, let me go ahead and get rid of all these drawings. There's a lot of my bumper runs has been played out. Look at this nice little downturn that it created. And if we kind of break this all the way down, it looks like this depth box that has been all the way back. This was back in December. It just came, retested 200, came back down, retested 200, came back down. So we had it, retested 200. Let's just say yes. All right, so let's go ahead and put this here. I would love to see a nice little retest of 28. Now we're going to the warmer part of the year. Natural gas has to give up some of its profit. So if we can get a nice little push up, maybe retest 50% of this imbalance or this volume imbalance here. I would say if anything, this maybe 2.250. Let's just call it that. Get a nice little retracement here. There's going to be a rejection. I would say probably about 65% chance that it's going to reject there. If it gets to 2843, then yeah, I'm probably going to lean on maybe 90% of the rejection that's going to happen. So I would look at those levels and mark them off. And if I play natural gas, I don't play it frequently, but if you do, this could be a nice little play to wait for. I think it's too far removed to try to play it down now. Let it retrace it, let it come up a little bit, and then you should be able to make some money on this. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this party going. We're going to the Russells. The Russell has been the leading indicator on the market, and if we continue to look at that as such, you'll see that the Russell is doing its job again. We're kind of doing this almost like H pattern type of action, almost like we're going to do a scallop or a bull flag and start to break out. Hey, good morning, Casey. How you doing? How you doing? Right, we're probably going to get ourselves a nice little breakout. But the reason why I'm not too much of a fan of the breakout is because so here's our point right here, then here's our second point. Those 2 points right there is screaming out bearish divergence because we got ourselves higher highs, higher high, lower highs right here. So it created that divergence. I think this is the first part where it's playing out. And right now what it's doing is looking for an opportunity so that way you can figure out, are we going to make higher highs here? And this support here, you can see they made higher lows, and they try to take off, but it failed to make that real push here. And right now this thing is thinking about crossing and making a little bearish divergence. So we're getting this nice little wedging action. So with this wedging action, there is going to be some compression here, and it's probably going to be a little dangerous trying to play the Russell right now, unless you're doing some day trades. But above 2,000, I'm bullish. Anything below 2,000, I'm bearish. South, look at this here. Of course, that's a strong psychological level. I know it's a little obvious, especially for my seasoned traders, but I just want to point this out for my, new traders that are just not seeing this video for the first time. Look for this area, the 2,000, as being a very bullish area, so that way they can try to explode and take a shot at the bearish order block, which we created back here in December 2021. If we do not take that shot, then I could see us start to tumble and fall and start playing with these imbalances here. At the very least, test the bullish order block that's set here, which is marked out by Chico Algo at 18.9. All right, so now let's go ahead and keep this going. We got ourselves the dollar. Dollar, right? So the dollar looks really, really good for that upside. I know y'all have seen what I break down the dollar. We kind of attacked it. We had the nice little inverse of the shoulder that kind of played out, but it didn't really play out. Now we got a little inverse of the shoulder that kind of started around here. It looks like it's trying to play itself out. So I'm looking for this one right here to kind of start to move on, right? What is the measurement for a inverse head and shoulder? You want to take a little higher chart. Next line, to here. And this is going to be our breakout right now, as a lot of the people from the tech industry is starting to announce their earnings, and people are probably starting to take their profits, which is creating a little bit of a domino effect. So that said, I would like to see what happens here. Of course, the dollar is pulling back because it got close to the bearish order block, and it looks like it's going to probably let the market push up a little bit. But I am looking for it not to get deep into it. Maybe somewhere around this order block that we kind of have. This is my jambalaya rice order block. You can kind of see we just kind of lulled ourselves to sleep inside of this order block. Maybe get a bounce around 103, maybe at lows 129, and then that bounce is going to be the one that takes on the rest of the measure move. Now we don't take that all the time. Then the measure move, right? We only take partial, which is the 50% mark. So I am going to put a nice little line over here called this general, and that is the line that we're looking for on NQ at the 50% mark of the measure move. So I'm looking at 106.48, which will be a nice little move to dump the market for a little bit. I don't know if it will start breaking the trend itself, because on the monthly we're still bullish, but it is a good sign that the market's probably going to start reeling and pulling back the moment it starts to attack that order block. All right, so let's go ahead and get this continuing. Looks like Casey got some tickers for us. Thank you, Casey, for chiming in. Let's go ahead and grab another chart. This time I'm not actually going around looking for where did I put that chart. All right, so get this out of the way. All right. So Casey has in his list WTM. Okay, so let's go with WTM. WTM. White Mountains Insurance Group. Look, listen. I'm not saying I am mad at insurance companies. I'm just saying at this point, y'all start to get a little ridiculous with these premiums. I'm down here in South Florida, and it's been amazing at what's been going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. So WTM. Sorry. Let me not take any stabs at insurance. All right. But yeah. So this one, it looks like it's making a nice little bullish run after missing its earnings. We got ourselves a nice, great find, Casey. I like this chart. Even though it's a little spotty, and it looked like we went into a consolidation cycle, and that's the explosion that we're making. But this thing screams out Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway type of style. I like this one. All right, so Casey, I would say if anything, it's at TP4. I'm sorry, TP3 right now. So 1883 is what I would be targeting. You're targeting 2140. So I'll take a peek at the weekly. Stop loss at 1644. 1644. I know why you I would say that's more of a re-entry. As you know, the cheat code algo already has this at 16, 20, 16, 20, 16, 20 entry, so we kind of missed out on that. So the run already have it. So let's look at the weekly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Nice little pullback inside this. I would say today's Tuesday, so this weekly candle can do a lot of things. So let's just assume that this weekly candle, this is Friday. I would love to kind of see this little retracement. So maybe, oops, I did that backwards. Did it backwards. Bear with me. There we go. I would love to kind of see maybe a 618 retracement and then the 50% retracement. So I would probably want to get in when I see 718 or 1700 gets tested. Is it? Oh my God. I thought I put it down. Let's put this down a little bit further. Appreciate you. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, you see, that's what happens when you take a vacation a little bit. It's like all my things are tweaked a little bit. Turn my mic up a little bit. I could. That is no problem. Where are you? Oh, actually it's over here. Yeah, I got the little ones. They probably mess with my mic. How's that? Is that better? I'll put the music down a little bit, and I've got the. Yeah. Turn up the mic a little bit more. All right, cool. Even better. Let's get that going. All right, that should be good, right? All right, so let's get this going. All right, so WTM, I would say if you're going to try to play WTM where it is right now, you're probably going to be asking for a little bit of trouble because there is going to be a pullback. I don't know where it's going to be. So I would say that going long at 1815 could be a good sign for the momentum to continue. The only thing I would say is, yeah, it's at the top side. I had a feeling that's what it was. So it's at the top side, very low volume. Yeah, I don't like it for entry yet. I would say wait for a pullback. 1815 would be cool. Maybe set an order. It does make these gapping moves on the 1 hour. Let me see what the 4 hour. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I would say if anything, because the daily is so pinned and it's moving so fast at that point, I would probably consider, I would probably consider waiting for that pullback. Now, I don't think it's ready for an entry. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this going. CSWI. All right, CSW Industrial. I wonder if that's that trucking company. I think I've heard. Industry Specialties. Let's see. Is it performance and solutions? Contracting solutions, specialty reliability solutions. Manufacturer, HVACs. Okay, no, it's not the same company I'm thinking of. I'm thinking it was like the trucking transportation company. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep this going. I like what the Stoke and the MACD is doing. Good setup right there. I'm going to get some new information as far as the upside of cheat code algo. Let's go with the 4 hour. See if I get ourselves. Yep, got a nice little buy. I like it. I like it for the 4 hour. I think this is actually putting this on the red list. Let's see how this goes. All right, so you got 233 as an entry here. You got 233.01. So to kind of give you a little sense of what I like to see out of this. So based on this 4 hour, I want to see a nice little clean break above, hold support, and the body closes above the 233. That's what I want to see. You got 233.88. I like 233 even, so we're kind of in the same ballpark, right? What is your take profit? Your take profit is 269. That brings us to 268, roughly around here. That's TP4. Shout out on that. I think we're on the same page in that. And then we got stop loss 213. We got 221 as a stop loss. Now, here's what I would say. I would love to have a stop loss at 228, but if you're going to go with the 213, I see no problems with that. I would prefer 218. I would prefer 221, but there's nothing wrong with 213 because that brings you inside inside of this imbalance, and it needs to hold that imbalance to continue to that upside. So that one does look good. I think this one is ready. Just need a 4-hour candle to close above 233 with some strength, and then that momentum should carry on, because then you'll have the momentum of my trend line drawers here. You're going to get the momentum of what could be, maybe it's the 2-hour. Yeah. So you got yourself another trend line followers right here. They're probably going to be enjoying this. I know it's starting to break through here, but I think they're going to try to get back inside of that trend line when it's all said and done. If not, we'll probably move this line the moment that it does a higher high, or it's a break in the trend line. But I'm going to use this right now as a hold. And then the one that really piques my interest, I think we got some Elliott wave players that's probably in the middle of this, and they're probably jumping in either from here or here, because we got ourselves a nice little pullback here and then a nice little explosion. So I think this is probably the ones that's waiting for that next step up or that next continuation of Elliott wave. Of course, this is just speculative and very subjective, but I like how this is setting up, and it just needs a nice little pullback. Question is this the pullback, so that way we can call this a potential uptrend, and it just holds. All right, so I like where it is, but it needs to turn that 233 into a bullish level and not turn back around, and that's the support line. All right, so that is that one. All right, let's see what else you got for us. We got 14 minutes before I have to go open the floor. Let's go with MRUS. MRUS. Don't know that one. Maris NV. Where are you? Biotechnology, healthcare, and technology has been like turning all the way up. I would suggest anyone that's in biotech is probably like really making some money. They're in the Netherlands. Okay, so that's what NV is. That's the Netherlands. Immuno-oncology company. All right, pipeline includes Biglonics for solid hematology tumors. Yeah, so when I see oncology, I automatically scream out cancer. So I think they're looking for certain stages of cancer themselves. So this is probably a cancer research company. Trading view is giving solid buy and strong buy and everything else. All right, so let's take a peek at this from a daily standpoint. Casey is suggesting an entry at 47.02. Let's see. This thing has been taking off. It's hard to kind of call this one. Let's go look at it in a week. Let's see if I can find something there. It's been taking off there as well. 4 hour. Can you give us something? Yeah, this thing has just been vertical. It's been vertical. Let's see what the oscillator is. Yeah, so it's been up here. Looks like it's starting to form some bearish divergences. So I would say be careful for the most part. But I cannot find one time frame that it gave a solid pullback that we could kind of compare to your entry. So that said, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Let's take the daily. Let's take the leg of this information. Let's go ahead and throw some fibs on it. I would say this is our leg here. Let's call it that. Nice little pullback. And I would say probably first stage or target I probably would aim for is 49.41. You have 52, so we're kind of close to there, and it could get as much as 60.71. That's probably where I would think, but a nice little pullback here into the 50% mark will help us get into that flagging type of stage. I think I want to see that, because this consolidation is your explosion with nice support here, and then now we need to know where our supporters are. So far I see supporters at the 50% mark. That's about it. Let's see, stop loss. You got a stop loss at $43. $43 will bring us into, not bad. Actually, this is probably one of your most conservative stop loss. I thought you would have probably been into the 50% around $40 or something like that. So I do like the stop loss at $43, aiming for $52. I think that's very attainable. Looking for a break above $47. Nice little break above it. Will break above the previous high and continue the momentum. All right, so we'll keep that as an idea. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm curious on this one. All right, and then the last one, NVO. Novo Nordisk. All right. If you don't know who Nova Nordis is, they're the ones that kind of manufacture a lot of stuff that you see on those TV commercials with side effects on them. I'm joking. I'm joking. But yes, they are a pharmaceutical company, very big. Are they a small cap? I'm surprised you. Ah, all right, no small cap here. Okay, you kind of switch it up on me, Casey. All right. Let's see. So Nova Nordis. The daily has already taken off. You got an entry at 124, which we like that psychological 125. I kind of like that. 124.74. You got to 124.62. Then you got to take profit of 136. Let's go over to the weekly. Let's see how that's there. Yeah, 130, 135, in between. Actually 137. Actually, I think that's like in between here. That's 14 and a half. But yeah, so yeah, I would say 137. So we're kind of on the same page with the 137. I would say buy some more time because this is on a weekly momentum. You may get some pullback, and I want you to have as little exposure as possible. But a nice little pullback, come back into this candle a little bit, and then continue. You're probably going to get some momentum that goes and blasts right through 130. All right. So that said, I apologize for those. I probably blew your eardrums out. I'm going to tweak all of my audio settings and everything else. I've been gone for probably 2 weeks. And, I got my own business as well. So it's like getting all of that done at the same time. But that said, I think we kind of ran the gamut. We got some really, really good information. Tomorrow I'll do a lot better than I did today. And we'll probably do some live trading sometime in the middle of the week. I haven't done that in a while, and I think we had fun the last time we did that. That said, don't forget, down below is my Instagram and Twitter, JD_the_great. Also, follow me on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. When I drop some new information, you can catch it. Also, you don't have a trading community? We have a really good one. We always bounce ideas off each other, and we always look for the success of the next neighbor. And look, trading, I promise you, trading is not easy. Even most of the coaches and everybody else, we struggle sometimes. We have losing streaks. Just like, there's a point where Michael Jordan, he just doesn't hit every shot. But then we have other things in our tool belts to be better. Like we probably set up assists and do rebounds and everything else. Or we might get out of futures, go into stocks and options, and move on to maybe investments and look at our longer term swings. Like those are the things that we teach over at Cheat Code Algo. So I would say, if anything, come check us out. The website's down below if you don't have a community, and we can have some fun together. That said, I bid you a fond farewell, and I wish you the greatest profits. Have a great day, my neighbors.